All right, somebody sent this to me, and they were like, you really like this. So let me check it out.
If you are black and you want to get the F up out of the United States to live life abroad, this is the video for you. I have traveled to 24 different countries, and I'm going to tell you which countries I recommend moving to if you are someone who is black and you want to move out of the United States, but you also don't want to move somewhere where you're going to be the minority. You want to move somewhere and be around people who still look like you, at least to a certain extent. And let me just quickly drop in here that this is not a finite list. There's so many other options. I'm just going to.
That is a very true thing. Like when you're moving abroad, you want to be around people that are like-minded. I mean, it doesn't have to be completely looking like you, but at least kind of have an understanding of where you come from.
To list countries based on the places that I have been to, but let's be honest, you have so many options. If people who are like, oh, is it safe to live there? Is it safe to move to this country? Is it safe for black people? What I would say is ask yourself how safe you are in the US. So first, I'm gonna kick it off with Latin America. Colombia, Costa Rica, the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, Panama. Those are going to be 3 places out the gate I would recommend if you are black. These are places I've been to. I have seen people who look like me. I did not feel like the oddball out. People were not staring at me because.
Okay, so I can tell you, like, being the oddball out in another country is real big. When I lived in Japan, I'm the tallest person at a lot of concerts, which is kind of cool because I get to see over everybody. But at the same time, you are the oddball out. And they have a saying in Japan, like the nail that sticks out gets hammered in. So being different like that is a little offsetting. But then you have the advantage of being a black guy. Hey. So you probably have like the biggest, in the whole country. Like seriously. Look at the porn.
Because I was black. Also Brazil. I don't know how I could have forgotten Brazil. Outside of Africa, Brazil literally has the most black people in the world. I know this is going to be a little.
So this whole thing about the black people in the whole world, we got to stop looking at, we're American, right? We are black American. We're not just black. So you go somewhere, you see people. All right, for example, I was in Beijing, which is all Asian. And I see another black guy walking down the street, and I'm thinking he's a black guy. So I go to heads up, you go. And he looks at me, and he's just like, because he's African, that culture doesn't match, right? That's the thing about it. So you have to understand that. If that culture doesn't match, it's going to make it really hard sometimes for you to. So you have to be willing to be open about your culture. You need to be open about yourself. But you do get to see other people that are like you. So, yeah, she is correct.
Controversial, but I'm also going to say France because France actually has a lot of black people. Now, I do hear that black Americans are treated very differently than black Parisians if you go to Paris. So do keep that in mind.
If you don't speak French, like, Paris is cool to chill out in, but I wouldn't suggest living there unless you speak French.
Supposedly, Mexico is a place that has a lot of like black people. I personally have not seen that, but I absolutely love Mexico. And I do know there are a lot of black expats in Mexico. So speaking of black expats, I'm going to also be sharing places where even if they're not a lot of black locals, you will be able to find community among black expats. Those countries include places like Indonesia. There's a lot of black people in Bali. There's a whole black in Bali community. Also Thailand. We hung out with some black expats whenever we were there in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket.
Yep. 100%. I keep hearing, since I've been in America, like I keep hearing people talk about how bad it is for people living in America. Like, oh, so many people are coming to America, people are running to get into America. I want to see the evidence. Like this, I'm gonna withhold until I see more evidence of people actually trying to jump into America. I mean, it's not the best place in the world. I mean, it's great, but come on. Dave Chappelle just had a whole episode, like he had another episode. He had another episode of comedy. Now he just had a whole, another Netflix event show on that, right? That exact same thing. You know, so saying that something is this way and not being that way, come on, what are you doing?
Y'all, we all around Thailand. We did hang out with one black person in Japan, but I feel like the black community there is not super, super active, although I know we are out there. Honestly, you have.
I can tell you there's a lot of black people. Usually they're on bases, yeah, military bases. That's why the black people at. Just go. Your Coast Guard, Naval Air Force Base, Naval Air Force Base. Yep, all black people. And Navy bases, black people. Air Force Base, some black people, more white people. Marine Corps bases, you got a mix. But yeah, that's where all the Americans at. You gotta go to the bases.
A lot of different options. If you feel like you want to move abroad but you do not know where to start, go to the top of my page and get the 7 steps to move abroad in 2025 checklist. It's completely free. And when you get on that list, I'm going to alert you every time I go live for my 12 days of Tripsmas series, which is all about moving abroad.
So moving abroad is great, but what are you gonna do when you go there, right? What kind of job will you want to have and hold? Like most people don't know that. You get to another place. What I want to do when I'm living. You can do a lot of things. Look for jobs that open the doors into, English teaching is a really good one. Construction, working. You have summer jobs, a lot of ski lift kind of jobs in certain areas, or like amusement parks or something like that. Because people do have other menial jobs, and then you work your way into the society, just like everybody else does. But you'll end up doing a really good. Get a chance to learn more about that culture, because if you do, you get to learn a chance about that culture, then you probably figure out checking out other places, and when you check out other places, your mind just goes do, 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 and winds up and you become more worldly. And I think it's probably the best thing for most people is to travel outside their own place, because get outside of your comfort zone. Anyways, yo, that's my first episode of Max Viral Thoughts. If you like and everything that's going on here, I'm gonna try to do some more comedy. I know I'm kind of out here with the intent that it's not gonna be great the first time, but I'm gonna keep this train rolling. So if you like it, like and subscribe at the bottom. Talk to you guys later. Peace.